Hello and welcome back to Frosthaven. And if you'd like to check out the game that has just released on Steam, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored by Games, and in the previous episode, which will be linked in the description as well, we fought an extremely powerful boss, or two bosses actually, and we had to decide between them and take sides. So, we are now in possession of quite a few, actually pretty decent... do we? Do we actually have a lot of resources? I think we might. Maybe a little bit. I mean, we have quite a few hides. We don't have that much metal, so that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? I mean, the craftsman might actually be kind of useful, so let's upgrade him. There we go. How do we donate things? Ah, there we go, okay. Okay, so, let's see. What do we want to do? Well, we want to do wood. We're going to do wood from both of these, and then we'll do wood from here, and then we'll do one hide from here. There we go. Alright. Done. Build. This building is under construction. I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully not too long. And we now no longer have any wood to upgrade our alchemist, but that's okay. You know, that's fine. And we also obviously have this here. Available materials. What does this mean? 6 hides? 6 hides? Oh yeah, 6 hides. I see. Yeah, we have 6 hides right now. So technically, I can train soldiers. So as you can see right here, you can actually choose a resource, and then with gold, you can hire a soldier. Obviously, we're completely fine at the moment. We don't need to do that, but, you know, very cool nevertheless. There's also a potential for building other things. Like, for example, I could, you know, build a new barracks or build a new alchemist if I needed to, but obviously we don't need to do that right now. There is also a merchant here, and coolly enough, if you have enough cash, you can indeed buy new magical equipment. For me personally, I think it would be really nice if we could earn more gold. I think that would be really, really cool. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. Maybe they'll make it easier to get more gold or something like that. I don't know. But we are going to be getting Mr. Frozen Fist. Mr. Fist, as I like to call him. And actually, you know what? That is exactly what his name will be. We can't do spaces? We can't do spaces. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a reference now then. Fisto. This is gonna be his name. There we go. Alright, so yes, if you know where that's from, then good for you. Anyway, merchant class. You can own 3 head items, 3 body items, 3 feet items, 3 one-handed or two-handed items, and 4 small items. Or experience the construction of 12 different buildings or building upgrades. Yeah, we'll probably do that one. Alright, so he obviously gains 30 gold to spend. And for me personally, I would love to be able to give him the Amulet of Life, but unfortunately I've already given that to other people. So that's obviously not going to be particularly good. You can only give 2 items from each, you know, little section here, so I've already given 2, and so we're not going to be able to do that. During a ranged attack, add this. Yeah, that's immobile or immobilize or whatever it is. I think we'll probably be going for... Oh, Warden's Robes would have been fantastic for the Bone Shaper, by the way. Probably should have used that on her, because as you can see, when one of your summons suffers damage from an attack, that summon gains 2 defense for the attack. That's pretty insane. Now, we're going to be going for Heater Shield and Poison Dagger. I think these are going to be great for him. There we go. And so, yeah, that is going to be it. That is going to be it for our wonderful party here. We have now filled them all out. I'm actually wondering if we can change them. Is there a way for me to change these guys at all? I think maybe, but yeah. Anyway, we do have some perks potentially available here. Yes, as you can see, we do have 1 perk available, so let's have a look. We can now customize our cards to a certain degree here. So, for example, if I wanted to, you know, whenever you open a door with a move ability, it gives us additional movement, which is actually pretty cool. At the end of each of your long rests, you grant 1 ally within 3 range 2 additional movement. Pretty cool. There's also a number of other things that allow you to add additional cards. And for me personally, considering I actually play the Banner Spear like a sort of glorified support character, I think we're probably going to be... What is that? Add 2 of this? I don't know. What are these? What are these kinds of cards? I don't know, but we're going to do that. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, we unfortunately don't have a perk point with this guy because I've just been so bad with the battle goals, unfortunately. But yes, nevertheless, it doesn't matter. We're fine. Let's go to the world map and actually participate in one of our new available quests. We can go to the Avalanche here and ascend the summit of the mountain and find the Snow Speaker. Or we can investigate the lurker reports at the edge of the biting sea. Or we can explore the frozen wastes. Exploring the frozen wastes would probably be the easiest. We are going to be fighting... Ooh, maybe not, actually. Polar bears. Okay, that's a bit dangerous. We have lurkers as well available here. Mind Snipper. I have a bad feeling about the Mind Snippers. Yeah, I have a... Oh dear. I'm actually having a big problem with pretty much all of this. You know what? Considering we haven't seen lurkers at all in terms of the enemy type, I'm gonna do this. There's also a treasure chest potentially available in this quest.
By the side of the road, you find a carriage parked, its owner wiping sweat from his brow. An old man gives a toothless grin in your direction, waving you over to the makeshift shop he's set up.
Lots to see here. Plenty worth having, and better prices than you'll get in any of the cities, huh? Fewer laws out here.
He chuckles to himself as he lays thick carpets by the side of the road, spreading out his wares, shiny armor and weapons of all kinds.
I'm still setting up, but you're welcome to take a look through and look with your eyes, not with your hands. Never know when bad luck follows from an old owner, huh?
Alright, so we could browse the low prices of the shop. You could pick up something on the cheap, or ask if he has anything not on display. Well, for me personally, I'm actually not entirely sure whether we will be able to do anything here, because I don't have any gold, or have very little. You know what? I'm just going to browse the low prices. Okay, what does he... Buy items at a discount of 5 gold. Oh, that's very good, actually. Surprisingly good. Unfortunately for me... Wait. We do have some really cool things. Okay, maybe we can actually get something. You are considered to have an initiative of 99 for the purpose of enemy focusing. Oh, okay. During a melee attack, add bleed to a single attack. That's actually really, really nice. Yeah, there are some really, really good items here, and if you have good amounts of gold, you will be able to afford them. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to afford most of these. I can get another poison dagger, so technically I could potentially get that for our drifter here. Yeah, maybe. You know what? I'm not sure if that's really good. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, no, you know what? No. I'm having a bad feeling that if I were to spend our gold, it would probably not do very well. I'm gonna just move on, and we're gonna face the lurkers and choose our battle goals. Okay, so let's have a look. Kill an enemy and open a door in the same turn. Nope. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in the same round. Nope, okay. Apply a different negative... Oh, no. None of these are actually going to work, in my opinion, for her. Kill an enemy with an attack that has disadvantage. Never exit a hex adjacent to an enemy except through forced movement. Or kill an enemy that has 2 or more negative conditions. I think we'll probably go for Duelist, even though I am more than likely not going to be able to do this. I'm always really, really bad at completing the battle goals, but they are very useful. Let's see. What do we want here? Collect 3 or more loot bags in the same turn. 3 or more loot bags in the same turn? Wow, that's pretty crazy. Never collect a loot bag from end of turn looting. Or never perform an action with a lost icon. Let's do that one, I guess. Perform an ability targeting an ally before your first rest and in between each of your rests. No, thank you. Kill an enemy before it takes its first turn. Whoa, we could do that. Before it takes its first turn? No way, right? There's no way that Fisto's going to be able to do that. Suffer damage from an attack in the same round. You long rest. Yeah, we'll go for that.
Following up on Sather's crab problem, you find yourself standing at the edge of the biting sea. An ice-choked gauntlet whose frigid waters have granted a swift death to many an overconfident mariner. You hike west, hugging the coast while hunting for signs of the enormous crustaceans. Frosthaven is visible in the southern distance, little more than a vague outline. Seeing it, you feel isolated, like someone looking back from the very edge of the world. Another half hour of diligent tracking later, you happen upon your first clue. A pattern of pockmarks have been hammered into the ground near the foot of a hill. Indents in the snow and dirt where the creatures have scuttled by. You follow the trail to a cave on the western side of the cliff, where you find a clutch of giant crab-like figures chittering restlessly. They're as large as you've heard from stories. Tall, hard-shelled beings with long, craggy limbs. And as soon as you appear, they rise to their full height, some of them larger than an ulgox. They shriek and move quickly toward you, their pincers snapping.
Alright, so here we go. This is going to be our first battle where we actually have all of our members of the party available. And this is going to be very interesting. Obviously, I am going to... This is going to be very interesting. Okay, so wait a second. What do we got going on here? Do we have 3 zones? Yeah, it looks like we have 3 zones here. And that means... Oh, wow. Yeah, these guys are going to be kind of dangerous. As you can see, these are their attack modifiers. You can see exactly what you need to know about each and every one. Health, movement, attack, etc. And then you also have, well, certain abilities that you can take a look at here as well. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure what to really do, to be honest, first of all. I think we're probably going to try and get into range as soon as possible with Fisto. I'd like to use Frost Eruption if at all possible. No, that's not going to work though. No, that's not going to work. We need 3 enemies all standing in that formation to be able to make that work. So that's unfortunate. Ice Blast might work, but unfortunately that's going to be burning the card, and we don't want to burn the card. So I'm thinking right now that we're going to go for... Actually, I don't know. I would like to do Encased Punch with a movement ability. So Cold Boulder, I guess? Yeah, Cold Boulder seems pretty decent, actually, so we'll do that. That's going to move him 4 spaces, which is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way over there, and we will be able to kill that, hopefully, with a good roll, right? With a good roll. Okay, so what do we want to do with this guy? Well, we want to obviously increase the amount of damage that we do with attacks. So Crushing Weight is definitely going to be the play. And then we're going to need to move, right? Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem in itself. Yeah, we could do we could do like a... Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think, you know... Yeah. No, we're just going to do Crushing Weight, and then we will literally do something else like... Sustain Momentum, because look at this, on your next 6 move abilities gain +2. I think that could be kind of useful, right? Don't you think? Oh, maybe it isn't though. Oh, you know what? Violent Inheritance looks really good. However, that is going to burn the card. That's unfortunate. Precision Aim then. Precision Aim will be the way to go. Alright, yeah, so we'll do something like that. And then we have... Yeah, we're going to do Life and Death probably. And then we will play something like... I don't know, we'll probably do Damned Horde. That sounds pretty good to me. And then we want to move, so we are going to be playing probably Set for the Charge and then Javelin. Yep, Set for the Charge and then Javelin, and we're just going to immediately move very, very quickly here. So yeah, we're going to move her very, very fast because we need to get her over here, maybe here. I think this is this good enough actually? What's the range on this? 3? So 1, 2, 3. I don't know whether that's actually enough. Let's move her a little bit closer just in case. I'm a bit, you know, I'm a bit paranoid about it, you know? I just need to make sure that we're all good. We can actually do some pretty significant damage here, but I want to kill the Claw Crusher. Nice. What? Wow, that's some massive damage. I'm actually surprised. I'm very, very surprised about that. Okay, I certainly wasn't expecting that. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go for Cold Boulder then instead. So yeah, we... actually, wait a minute. What does this do? Round bonuses are positive effects. Yeah, okay, no, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we are actually just gonna be traveling all the way over here, finishing this guy off. Whoa, look at him jump. That was crazy. And we are just going to attack this. Boom. Okay, that guy should be dead, right? Select targets to attack. Yeah, we can... Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. That's it. Nice. Oh, at ×2 as well? Are you joking? Wow, we are getting really, really lucky there. Okay, and we're obviously going to be buffing ourselves here, and we're going to be infusing Earth. So that is also infused throughout the battlefield. So we are now going to get attacked. That's okay. I don't really have a problem with this. We can indeed use the heater shield if we so desire. I'm not going to do that right now. Doesn't seem to be that much of a point in it. Okay, and we have leather armor here. Who's being attacked? Oh, him again. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, no. Yes, the banner spear. This guy literally failed so hard. Wow. Very surprising, actually, that he failed so badly. But yes, there you are. All right, so this is going to be super, super nice for us because we're going to be using Crushing Weight immediately. And then we are literally going to use this, and we're going to move into range. And we can regain our ability here if we wanted to. Unfortunately, I don't think... Oh, dear. Never mind. We can't, because we already have it maxed out. We already have it maxed out, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we are just going to use Life and Death, first of all, to prevent all of the damage that we're going to be taking from all of our summons and all that stuff. And then we're just going to summon a skeleton right here. These guys are actually seeming pretty simple for us to deal with right now, but maybe that's just because we've had such difficult opponents in the past. I don't know. Maybe we're actually getting a little bit better at the game. Maybe that's it. Let's go and summon a reinforcement. I think that sounds pretty nice. Let's go for... no, Prudent Preparation is not actually going to be that useful for us, in my opinion. We're probably just going to be going for something like... probably Vile Assault and Bloodletting? Yeah. I think that sounds really, really good for us, actually. And then we could... What do we want? What do we want? We could go for this. Malicious Conversion might be kind of fun. We'll go for Angry Spirits as well. We could go for another Skeleton, but I think we'll just go for this instead. And then this guy is going to have an absolutely fantastic time. He's going to do so much damage here. Or at the very least, should. Piercing Pummel is amazing. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be something that we can potentially use here. We will be able to use something else, though. For example, Fury of the Mountain, I think, sounds pretty cool. What's one with the mountain? What's this do? At the end of each round, you may do this to one card you played this round from your discard pile by suffering 2 life, where X is equal to the card's level. Whenever you do not have this, you gain that, and that's regeneration. Okay. He can also heal himself dramatically. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for Ice Blast, though, to be honest. I think that sounds nice. There we go. Alright, Banner Spear can attack. We're going to be going for Reinforcement, I think. We're going to be going for Deflecting Maneuver first of all, and then Reinforcement. So let's do this. Can we attack? Yeah, we can consume the air, and we can actually add an additional attack to this. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, look at that. 4 damage. She's actually doing massive damage for some reason. I'm actually not entirely sure why she's so incredibly strong all of a sudden. But yeah, she seems to be really, really good. We're going to be summoning the reinforcement over there because I don't want to block off the skeleton from moving. And we're otherwise going to be... what do we want to do? Well, we're probably going to be attacking with Fury of the Mountain here. Probably just going to kill this thing straight up. Consume ice? No, we're not going to be consuming ice, thanks very much. We are just going to be attacking this guy, though. Oh, no, we had enough. We had enough damage. We had enough damage. That's nice. We can also prevent damage from us right here, which I'm not entirely sure. Whenever you suffer This round, suffer 1. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Nice tanking ability. Very, very cool tanking ability. I could actually just make my way over here with this guy. And I think we will do that, because we can now consume ice, and we can now wound someone, which is insane. Because we can wound this guy, and now he is wounded. That is fantastic. Now, the skeleton is obviously going to move too. And let's see. Well, I'm going to move here. Actually, no, we're going to move here. And we are then just going to skip the movement, use the Wraith. Let's get the Wraith. I don't really want to put it too close, because it's going to die very, very easily. So we're just going to put it at the back there. And now this is going to be even better for us, because the Drifter, he's going to get into range and do so much damage with Bloodletting. We should have a great time. Look at him. He can literally almost kill this thing in one hit. He can hit it. Yes, he's dead. There you go. That guy's dead. He's dead. He's out of there. He is so dead. Fantastic. Okay, so now, yeah, funnily enough, now we're going to be... Oh, yeah. Here we go. Fury of the Mountain. That reduces our damage by 1. We can even take Heater Shield, and we can reduce our damage again if we want to. I'm not going to do that, though, because I think that we're going to be probably needing it a little bit more later on. But look at this. Fury of the Mountain literally giving me so much value right now. It's literally reduced my damage taken by 2 so far, which is significant. Okay, so we're probably going to be going for regroup, and we're going to be going for pincer movement. This is extremely, extremely useful for us, mainly because it is an AoE looting ability. So what we're going to do is we're going to move here, and then we're going to AoE loot all of this stuff. That's going to be very, very good. And let's see, what else can we go for here? Yeah, we're probably going to be moving with draining arrows, and then we'll be attacking with continuous health, I guess. Yes, I think continuous health. That sounds pretty good. It is a ranged attack. I'm not a big fan of ranged attacks actually on the Drifter, but I think he can be very good with them. And we can then summon our last shambling skeleton if we want to. And we could also go for the Fell Remedy too, but yeah, I'm not sure whether we're really going to need that, to be honest. Okay, so we can actually do some pretty cool stuff here with Piercing Pummel. That is a potential. That is a very, very good potential here. Yeah, Piercing Pummel, let's go with that. And then we can actually go for a self-heal with Frost Eruption if we want to take that, which, in my opinion, is the play. I think that is going to be the play here. Or we could just go for one with the Mountain. Yeah, no, one with the Mountain is so much... This guy is so strong. Wow, this guy is really, really fun to play. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we want? Well, we probably want to move over here. Let's go over here. What's the range on this thing? The range on this thing's okay. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty decent. And then we will use this. Unfortunately, this guy has a minus benefit. Okay, I guess we'll just attack this one then. Oh, wow, we're getting very little, very little damage done. Very, very little damage done. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Regain a use of one of your bonuses. Well, I don't need to do that because I haven't used any. I haven't used any of his melee attacks. Okay, so reinforce. The reinforcement can now move. I do not want to put him there. I'm going to just put him over here. And we are going to move one space this way. AoE. There we go. There's the AoE loot. Getting everything? Give me all of that money. Yes, I would love to see more gold being looted from that. There we go. We also got some lumber. And, yeah, so 2 gold and some lumber. That's not too bad. And then we can obviously heal. Unfortunately, we are out of range. I actually thought that maybe we might be in range, but we're not. So, yeah, not going to be very, very useful here. Unfortunate, but what can you do? And Fell Remedy, once again, yeah, this is also not going to be particularly useful. Funnily enough, though, we could heal a dramatic amount, but yeah, not really going to be very helpful here. We will summon our Shambling Skeleton. Another one, yes. And then we will use this to reduce damage taken. And then I will literally just skip this. There is no point in me using the other things. Okay, so we can now actually use Piercing Pummel, in my opinion. Yes, we can. Look at that. That is fantastic. So we can now do damage. We can do damage to either one of these. I think I will probably just attack the Claw Crusher Elite. And we will use Poison Dagger to apply poison to the target at the same time. Nice. So now it is wounded, and it also has poisoned on it. And now we can heal ourselves. This guy is insanely strong. Look at that. And now we created, or we are creating, an ice element right there. Look at that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Ho, ho, ho. I like it. Look at that. And now this guy is literally trying to do damage, and it's just not doing anything. It's really not doing anything. But let's use this to gain disadvantage on that. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This guy has no idea. Yeah, we have become an absolute powerhouse. An absolute powerhouse. Okay, we can now use our heater shield to reduce the damage taken. That's what we will do. And there you go. Round 4 already, and we've already just completely murdered everyone, basically. This is absolutely fantastic. We can even do some pretty cool things with Rallying Cry in just a second. Or Combined Effort, actually. Combined Effort is probably going to be kind of useful here. We also use the Banner of Strength. That is going to be very, very useful for us. Prudent Preparation sounds pretty decent. However, I'm not sure whether I really want to use that right now. We could, instead, use Sustained Momentum. I think we'll go with Sustained Momentum here. And we will instead use... yeah, what do we want though? I think we'll use Deadly Shot as our initiative, just so that we can go a little bit sooner than the other characters. And we will otherwise do, well, basically not, well, this doesn't really help anyone here at the moment. Unfortunately, she's just too far away. Do we have any attacks? Not really, but we can attack with our default abilities, so I guess we will do that. Yeah, we'll just select this. That will be fine. Okay. Shambling Skeleton. Oh, double damage! Look at the damage that skeleton just did. Amazing. Very, very cool. I love that. Okay. And now, oh yeah, well, now we can go with this, which is not really going to help me that much. Hilariously enough. Yes, we can choose someone. Not sure. Okay, I guess this guy? Then we can move him over here. I guess that's pretty good, right? You know, I think that's pretty decent. And then we can actually give this guy the ability to attack again, hopefully. Yep. Well, maybe. Yep, there we go. Attack that. -1, that doesn't matter because he's still going to be able to do 1 damage. That is absolutely fine. And Frozen Fist is wounded. He's actually wounded. Ah, I see. So he is going to be taking damage over time. That doesn't really matter because if he gets 1 heal, that should be all good. Alright, so what do we want? Well, as I said to you before, probably just a default action attack here on this guy. Ah, unfortunate that we did roll very, very badly there. We are going to heal ourselves, though. There we go. He's healed, and he's no longer wounded. Or at least I hope so. And we can now move the reinforcement. Unfortunately, we have so many summons that it's really not very good. It's kind of bad for us. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, Rallying Cry could be useful, but unfortunately we killed the thing that we were actually going to attack with this character, so it's not going to be that good. Yeah, we're probably just gonna move, probably just here. We don't really, yeah, I mean, we could do something with this, maybe something here. We could move the skeleton, I guess. Skeleton might make sense. And then we can move another one here. And we can move that one behind. There we go. Yes, there we are. That's what we like to see. Now, unfortunately, she's not really going to be able to do anything else, so I will just have to end her turn. And we are now... Oh, yes. Sustained Momentum. Hello there. Okay, so we're going to go this way. And then we will just skip the rest, and then we'll just attack. Oh, nice. A +1. That's really, really nice. I like that. And now we can get another Crushing Weight. There we go. Make sure that we get that all the time. Thank you. It's nice that our Drifter doesn't have to take so much damage because we have a new tank, you know? Because our new member, the new member of our party... Oh, wow, this thing does so much damage. Yeah, I'm fine to take 6 damage. I don't mind that. That's absolutely fine. It's hilarious that is actually fine, and I don't mind taking that damage. Okay, so let's see. What can we do? What can we do? Well, I only have Violent Inheritance and Prudent Preparation that I can potentially use here, so that's a little unfortunate. Not a terribly big fan of that. We could do something. Let's see. We're probably going to be doing Transfer of Essence. Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's going to have to be the only thing we can do. And we are going to long rest here. And we want to suffer damage from an attack in the same round you long rest. Well, hopefully that's... Is that going to actually work? Maybe? Maybe it will work? No, he's actually doing defensive maneuvers. That's a bit weird. Not sure why he's doing defensive maneuvers, but sure. Okay, so we could potentially now attack... But that's going to burn the card. Don't want to burn the card. So we'll do Violent Inheritance then. Just hope that we roll well. Yes, indeed we did. Very nice. That's very, very good. Okay, yeah, so we'll loot, obviously. AoE loot, not too bad. We got 1 Snow Thistle. Ah, very nice. Okay, not bad. And now we can use Prudent Preparation if we want to. We can heal someone else. So let's heal this guy. There we go. And the skeleton can finish him off. Nice. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I certainly wasn't. Okay. Well, this is great. So we can just confirm the movement here. Confirm movement. Yeah, well, this is absolutely fine now. We don't really need to do anything. We can just move ourselves up. Yeah, Transfer of Essence isn't actually going to do anything now, as you can see. This is not going to do anything at all. This is, yeah, completely not going to help us. So we will just skip it. And what we will do is we'll do some long resting, and then we'll open the door.
Having dispatched the lurkers out front, you make your way inside the tunnel, a dank burrow riddled with pits of frigid water and stretches of black ice. What's worse than the cold, however, is the smell. An intense putridness emanates from deep within the tunnel, equal parts rot and corrupted flesh. What it could be, you'd honestly rather not know.
Ooh, yeah, but we're gonna find out. Oh yes, we are gonna find out. Alright, so, whoa, wait a minute. We got a bunch of traps. We got a bunch of traps in front of that door there. And we got some lurker soldiers in the front. Alright, so let's continue to move here. We can indeed move again with our wonderful Fisto. And yeah, actually, we're going to be moving in pretty far in there. Regroup is insanely strong if you can actually get a hold of a number of your really, really powerful people, because then you can do some cool stuff like this, where I just literally sent them into the room without even having it be their turn, which is crazy. So I personally really like that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, nice. That's not too bad, not too bad. 1 damage. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to take 1 damage. I don't mind that. They're applying shields to themselves quite dramatically here, which is pretty bad. Whoa, really? That was ×2? Okay. I'll use the heater shield to reduce damage. There we go. Okay, ice element's been created as well. That's actually kind of good for us. That's very, very good for us, actually. Okay, so we're going to be using default move here. And, yeah, we're just going to move on. Just move over here. And Fell Remedy, I kind of wanted to use that on my guy, but I guess we can use it on this one. We can consume the earth as well. Let's consume the earth just to heal this skeleton, because I want to make sure that our skeletons don't die super easily, right? And otherwise, this is going to be super, super good for us, because what we can do here, crazy cool stuff, right? Crazy cool stuff, because we can now do, well, I could do Ice Blast. It attacks everyone adjacent to us, so technically I could do that, but I'm not going to. It is going to burn the card, so I don't really want to do that. However, what I will do is I will do something like this. Can I not move past? Ah, there's an obstacle there. Can I destroy this obstacle? Except when flying or jumping, unless the jump movement would end there. Aha. So we can actually jump over the obstacle if we want to with certain abilities. He does have the ability to jump, so I could have done that. We could also... yeah, you know what, actually? If we had the ice element, then we could have inflicted a wound. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. So we are instead just going to do this. Oh, wait. No, I can actually do that. Ah, here we go. -2? Oh. That's really bad, actually. Oh, well, never mind. I guess it's pretty decent, you know, for us to prevent damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move here. Just because. Yeah, skip the movement. There are no elements that we can consume. That's absolutely fine. I know that. And the Mind Snipper is going to be a bit problematic. I don't know what these guys do. I can have a look at them. And I'm going to just do this for now. These guys are doing very little damage. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right, so let's move this. Let's move this guy over here. This is a bottleneck situation as well, which is actually really, really powerful for us. Which means they can only attack us like so, and well, I mean, technically we can only attack them like so. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword for both of us, to be honest. But let's try it, shall we? Let's see what happens. I think we might actually have a pretty decent time here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Javelin, and then I need to move. I need to get over there. I could use Rallying Cry, though. That's probably not going to be that useful. I will use Pincer Movement here, just because, and then we will probably do... what do we want to do? That's the question. I mean, I would like... Bloodletting. I would like to use Bloodletting, and then I would like to use something else like Sustain Momentum. Yeah, I think we'll probably do that. It is going to literally take... it's going to be very, very slow. His turn is going to be extremely slow here, which is not going to be super great. But there's not much else I can think of right now to do. What else do we have here? No, he can't do Frost Eruption. Technically, he could do Frost Eruption if he was in a different location. If he was standing where the Drifter was, then he could. But unfortunately, we don't have that. Yes, unfortunately, we don't. I could do Piercing Pummel, which would be fantastic, but that is going to be a burned card then. I'm not sure if we want to do that. The question is, though, are we going to be able to do something else? No. You know what? Let's do Piercing Pummel. Let's do the secondary Piercing Pummel attack here. And then we will use Frost Eruption or something like that. I think that sounds really, really good. Yes. Yes. Okay, here we go. This is going to be pretty crazy. I'm not sure if this is really going to work. But we will try it, okay? We will try it. Nice. Good, 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 good. Yeah, take 2 damage. I don't mind that. That's fine. 1 damage. Absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. 2 damage. That's also good. Obviously, bear in mind, Banner Spear and Bone Shaper, they are both able to heal significant amounts, as well as the Drifter being able to heal dramatically too. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about things. These guys are literally just buffing themselves all the time, which is hilarious. It's not exactly good for us. Okay, unfortunately, the Bone Shaper needs to get in there. Yes. Let's move over here. Yeah, move this guy. There we go. Want the Wraith to get into range, please. And then we can do a Transfer of Essence if we want to, which I think we will do. And we'll probably be healing the Frost guy. We could increase that. We could do this. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? This is good. Oh yeah, we've just strengthened both of these guys. That's pretty crazy. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, let's cast poison on this. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. We're doing very, very nicely with the Bone Shaper right now. I'm actually very much enjoying playing this character here. Okay, unfortunate that we don't really have much we can do with our Banner Spear. I was actually thinking that she would be the one to move forward. But she obviously used Regroup beforehand, and I didn't realize that I was going to do that at the time. So, yeah. Unfortunate for us. Okay, yeah, we'll take the 1 damage. I don't really mind that. Okay, so here we go. This is... Can I... Yeah, I can actually do this. I can actually do this. If I go here, I can then do Frost Eruption. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, shall we? Okay, so Piercing Pummel. Like, what? Here? Really? I can't do that. I don't have enough movement. Okay, what about here? I can go here. Yes. Okay. Nice. Look at the amount of attack we have. The amount of attack we have on this guy is absolutely insane. Okay, unfortunately for me, I'm not going to be able to use... I have to attack this one at the front. If I attack this one at the front... that is going to then enable me to use Frost Eruption on these ones. Actually... No, I don't even need to do that. No, actually, I could do it on this one and just kill him instantly. And then I could do it on these guys, right? No, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. Okay. No. We're going to have to do it this way. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah, that's fine though. -1. Yeah, that's still good though. 3 damage. That's still good. I like that. And we can also heal ourselves, which is really, really nice. There we go. And now we will use this. And this is going to inflict massive damage, or at the very least it should. There we go. Okay. A little bit unlucky with the damage there, but that's okay. We can now push people. Apparently we can push people? Really? Okay, let's push that guy. Push him over there? What? We can literally push him anywhere we want? That's hilarious. Wait, where did the other guys go? Okay. That is hilarious. Wow, we can do some crazy cool things with this guy. Whoa. Bear in mind, this is obviously the first battle I've gone in with this fellow, so I'm still learning how to play him, but wow, he's very fun. Okay, so sustained momentum sounds pretty cool to me right now. However, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So let's actually kill this guy if we can. I'm hopeful that we will be able to. Come on now. Yes, there we go. He was the most offensive of our opponents, so I'm very pleased we could get rid of him. Thank you. And now we will use this. Please get a ×2. ×2. Oh, we got a +2. That's good enough. Thanks very much. Okay, let's go for the... actually, I'm not going to use the... should I use the Amulet of Life? Yeah, let's use the Amulet of Life just to remove the wound on us. Otherwise, we're going to continue taking damage all the time. I want to get Rallying Cry. I want to get that in there, but unfortunately, I don't have enough movement speed to really do that. So that's actually killing me right now. I would love to be able to do that. Okay, yeah, so we can obviously only do these 2 things. I do have nature still active, so technically we might be able to get something going here. That might be cool. Let's do Vile Assault. Let's do... what do we want? Vile Assault and then Deadly Shot? No. I think we'll go for Continuous Health. That sounds good to me. There we go. Kill the Coral Corpse. That's what we need to do. Okay, they've just befuddled us, or muddled us, shall we say. So we now have disadvantage on all of our attacks. Well, that's not very nice of them, is it? No. Okay, so we will be moving over here. And then we will skip this. We'll use Voice from Below. Loot, obviously not going to work. We can then consume Earth. Select target. Well, I would like to select this guy, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. It is a melee attack. Consume Earth. Yes. Consume that, and then we will melee attack this guy. Oh, he's got Retaliate ×3? Okay, I guess I'll do it. Oh, it didn't even do anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that was not very useful. That was not very useful at all. Okay, yeah, he's doing basically no damage. That's nice. Okay, we got the Wraith coming up here. Oh no, the Wraith is doing so little damage here. Terrible, terrible. Unfortunately, our summons are not really doing that much in this particular battle. I have to admit, I'm a little bit saddened by that because they were exceptional in previous runs. Okay, let's go here. Curse that guy. And what does this actually allow me to do? This doesn't really let me do anything right there, so we're just gonna move on. She is looting 4 gold, which is nice. Okay, so Vile Assault. Let's move over here. Yeah, problem that we are having so many issues with disadvantage right now. That's gonna be a problem. Oh, we can attack any of these? Oh, it's ranged. Oh, I didn't realize this was a ranged attack, actually. My bad. Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, let's just attack the elite, even though this is going to give me disadvantage. Yeah, very sad that we have that now. Oh well, never mind. It's okay. We're still fine, you know? We're still fine. Okay, reinforcement. There. Yeah, the summons have really not been very useful, which is kind of sad. Can we move these? Kind of, I guess. Doesn't want to. Yeah, no. There we go. We can move that guy. Then we can. Well, we can move this one. She's flying. Actually, she's flying. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. Okay, that's fine. And then Rallying Cry, basically not going to do anything with that, once again. We're going to do Banner of Strength, though. I think that's going to be extremely, extremely important for us. Let's do Long Rest, though, first. And then we are probably going to need... unfortunately, we don't really have much. We could do Unbreakable, though. I think we're going to do Unbreakable. Yeah. Oh, Violent Inheritance, actually, we need to do that. So let's do Unbreakable and Violent Inheritance. That sounds good. So let's do this, this, then this. There we go. Let's do a Long Rest here. We could do Grant the Wretched, I guess, but our summons are so far away, it's not really gonna work. Okay, that's fine. And we're doing a Long Rest here as well, which is absolutely perfect for our battle goal, if you recall. So we are taking damage. That's fine. That's also fine. Not a problem. Oh, there's 2 of them? There was 2 of them right there? Did you see that? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, no, we're just going to use the heater shield here. Yes, very nice, very nice. Okay, that is very good. The Banner Spear is in range as well, so we will be able to heal ourselves dramatically. Okay, so let's do Violent Inheritance. That's going to do some pretty big damage. Are we still muddled? No, we're not. We're not actually still muddled, but we are still having really, really bad times. But we are going to be buffing ourselves with a little defensive bonus. Ooh, yes! Nice damage from the Wraith there for once. Nice. Okay, I like that. And then our reinforcements can move. Banner Spear obviously going to gain all of her stuff back. Frozen Fist. There we are. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Everything's coming up absolutely perfectly. Alright, so we are now going to do a little bit of something here where we actually need to heal the Drifter. We need to heal the Drifter pretty badly, so regroup is pretty nice. And then we'll probably go... can we actually reach him from there? I don't know whether we can. Well, let's do Rallying Cry then, just in case. And I think we will literally do a Long Rest with the Drifter right there. It's probably necessary. We'll do Fell Remedy too, because I think that we probably need to in this case. And then we are just going to do some pretty massive damage with Fisto. Yes. Okay, so how much damage can we do here? Yeah, Cold Boulder, absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. So, Cold Boulder and this, I think? Maybe? Or one with the mountain? Yeah. Something like that. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, these guys are, in my opinion, quite a bit easier for us to deal with than the other ones. Than the Algox. Those guys, you know? So I think that it's pretty cool. I like the way that we're doing things right here. I'm actually going to attack this over here. I'm going to poison that. I'm attacking this because the Drifter is right next to this guy who will probably finish him off. Going to be healing ourselves as well, as you can see right there. This guy literally heals for so much. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I actually thought that was going to do so much more damage, but it didn't. Okay, Encased Punch. This is crazy how we can literally do 1 damage here. I could actually just kill the soldier, but we're not going to do that. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Bone Shaper's not going to be having any kind of problem there. Oh, also more wonderful rolls for us right there too. Oh yeah. Everything's coming up real nice. Whoa, I can do more damage? Okay, sure, fine, I might as well kill it then. Might as well kill it. You know, if they're giving me the opportunity, then, you know, who am I to say no, right? Okay, so wait a minute. Must be used if damage is remaining. Okay, fine. I'll use Life and Death then. And our reinforcement can literally move. Okay, I am going to move the reinforcement. Hilarious that it's actually getting a bit of use here. Okay, so regroup. Yeah, I am going to need to use my movement to get over here. And regroup will be healing the Drifter. And yeah, that's it. There we go. Wound has been removed. Wraith can attack. We're going to be doing no damage. That's okay, though. Not a problem. Not a problem. And then we can also use Fell Remedy here if we want to as well, which is going to heal this guy once again. There we go. And we can even heal again if we want to. Let's heal him. Let's heal the other guy. There we go. Look at that. And we're transferring, obviously, a little bit of HP, but look at the Bone Shaper's ability to heal. It is crazy good. And then we can perform a long rest as well, and then the Drifter is basically back up to full strength. And I'm not even using the Amulet of Life either, which is significant. So we can now do this, and let's see, what else can we do? Well, obviously, we want to do Vile Assault, and then we probably want to do Bloodletting. That's probably going to be the way to go. Vile Assault, Bloodletting, my favorite combination with this character. And I think Malicious Conversion might be cool. Not sure if we can actually make that work. I'm not really very good at that, but I guess we can try it. What is this? All adjacent? Yeah, you know what? We're going to do Ice Blast. We're going to do Ice Blast in just a second. Okay, so we can we actually... yeah, we can move him. Let's move him over here, I guess. And then we can we attack here? Yes, we can. There we go. Nice! Wow, the Banner Spear has actually gotten very lucky with a lot of her attacks in this particular round. Very, very cool. Oh yeah, I actually just skipped her movement without meaning to. Oh well, that's fine. It just means it takes us a little bit longer to get over to the door. I was just going to move her over there prematurely, but not necessary, you know, it's fine. And then we can basically go here. Yeah, this is very, very fun. This guy is so good. Okay, so we'll consume the ice. Yeah, we'll consume the ice. I don't have a problem with that. And then we'll apply wound to this guy. And then we can do Fury of the Mountain. I can literally kill this one straight up. Oh no! Unlucky! Unlucky right there. Alright, well, that's still fine. Fury of the Mountain, probably one of my favorite abilities on this guy. And, whoa, yeah, the skeleton's also getting very, very unlucky there. Whoa, okay, everyone's getting super unlucky. Very surprising. Okay, weird. Okay, Malicious Conversion. On killing the target, perform a summon action from your discard, reducing any da-da-da. Yeah, so unfortunate that this actually doesn't do much. As you can see, we're not able to do anything here, so I guess what I'll do... I could potentially... Can I do something here? Yeah, we can do a loot. Yeah, let's do a looting option. Yep, that seems nice. There we go. Nice. There we go. 6 gold. That's crazy. That's really, really nice. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to have to skip the malicious conversion, unfortunately. Looks as though it is a melee attack, actually. I did not realize that at the time. And then we can move... Well, we can't really move anywhere, to be honest. This is not really going to provide us with any ability to get into range, which is very sad. So, guess we'll just do this. He's back up to full strength at least. That's good enough. Then we'll have to skip the attack. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be able to eliminate the Mind Snipper Elite here, finally. And yeah, funnily enough, they actually managed to stun Fisto, and so he was unable to finish them off. But that's okay, that's fine, because look at us. We have all the time in the world, we have a massive advantage here, and we're just healing ourselves, you know? We're just healing ourselves. Every single person that we have in this particular battle is completely and utterly fine. We have had no issues whatsoever with pretty much anything. And I am super, super pleased about that. Let's go for long rest. There we go. And now we just got this one last Mind Snipper. Wow, mud on everyone. Are you serious? Mud on everyone? That is absolutely terrible. That is awful. Alright, yeah, so let's move over here. Crushing weight. Just in case, because you never know. Maybe there's a boss, you know what I mean? Maybe there's a literal boss behind this door, and if there is, there we go, we got lucky there. If there is, then I am very much wanting to well, I want to prepare as best as possible, of course. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Well, unfortunate for me that I don't really have much. Yes, we can do this, but this is a self-heal. That's not going to do much. Okay, reinforcement. We're going to move him into the trap. There we go. That's just a sacrifice because he's a summon anyway, so it's all good. You know, we don't have to worry about that. And then we can actually move with regroup. Ah, this is actually combined effort. Never mind. This is combined effort. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so we can literally do this. And we can open the door. Oh, there it is. The Coral Corpse. That is indeed the boss. Okay, so this is going to be problematic. He has 40 HP. He doesn't have a huge amount of, well, a huge amount of attack. Yeah. His attacks apply brittle, though. That's a problem. I don't know what brittle actually does. Let's have a look. It's a status effect that doubles the amount of damage the character would suffer from any source. Aha. Okay, well that obviously, yes, that's a bit problematic, isn't it? Yes, it's kind of harsh. Alright, let's move here. Skip that, thank you. Okay, now the question is he going to be coming over here? Well, he obviously is, but the question is, do we want to lure him, you know? Do we want to lure him into a certain area? I think that's probably going to be the case. The question is, though, I think, actually, let's do Draining Arrows. Draining Arrows could actually be somewhat useful here. We could do Violent Inheritance. I am actually going to use Violent Inheritance here to attack and to move at the same time. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I will try. I will try it, and we'll see what happens. And otherwise, let's do Encased Punch. What else is going to be super, super useful here? I think Fury of the Mountain is going to be great. We could heal ourselves a little bit with one with the Mountain. I guess that's kind of useful. Maybe. I'm not sure. So he's going to move once per turn, by the looks of things. So let's use... Actually, this is not going to work. We probably want to do... Yeah, no, we're just gonna heal ourselves. That's too good to say no, in my opinion. That's just too good to say no. And we're also going to be... Can I not attack these obstacles? Okay, I can't attack that, but that's okay. Okay, so here we go. This is what I wanted to do. So, Draining Arrows, followed by Violent Inheritance. I cannot reach him right now, so that's the reason why I used Violent Inheritance. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over here. We're going to shoot. Right? Movement, done. Yes, and then we're going to shoot. Oh, nice. Good damage, good damage. 4 damage. Not bad, not bad. And then we can do draining arrows. That's only going to do 1. Just bear that in mind. And because obviously you can attack 3 targets. I actually wonder, can I attack this one guy 3 times? No. That's okay, though, because we are indeed adding poison to him. And he's also muddled. Actually, did we add poison to him? No, we just added muddled. Okay. That's fine. What I basically want to do is I want to get all my summons in there, if at all possible. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to, because my Bone Shaper is really, really slow here, unfortunately. Let's heal this guy. Heal the skeleton, just in case. He's moving around the traps. Okay, he is moving around the traps, so that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't do that. But of course he's going to. Yes, of course he is. Okay, so let's see. What can I do otherwise? Well, the Banner Spear is here, so let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I need 3 movement at least, and that's going to be a bit of a problem in itself. I think Tip of the Spear would probably be really, really useful for us here, and then I could probably do something else like... well, I want to do Rallying Cry super badly here, because that's going to be super, super useful. But that's not going to work. I'm going to actually use Regroup at this point. Yeah, Regroup is going to be too good for us to say no to, in my opinion. And then we'll just do Pincer Movement or something like that. It doesn't really matter in this case. And then we can do Continuous Health and Relentless with the Drifter. And we're just going to do a hit and run. That's the funny thing. We're just going to do a hit and run. We're not going to be super, super, you know, audacious or anything like that. This is going to work really, really nicely, in my opinion. Or at least I hope so. Here we go. Okay, he's going to move 3. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, what did he just do there? Immobilize? Oh. Okay, I was hoping that he wouldn't actually cast Immobilize. Alright, so he is actually doing that. That's not particularly good for us. Okay, so we are going to have to do a little bit of something here then. Okay, so we will have to do this. There we go. Move him over here. And then Bone Shaper. Here. I'm going to move him there. Move her there, shall we say. We are going to take some damage. That is just a matter of it. You know, there's no way I can get around that right now. Just going to have to take some damage. And that is it. That's all I wanted to do. The main reason why I wanted to do that is so the Bone Shaper can get her summons in combat. We need them to be in combat as best as possible. We can actually do Decaying Will here as well while I'm at it. Oh, unfortunately that did no damage. It did apply poison though, which is nice, so that's kind of useful. And we can, of course, move around and get the chest, which I think I will do. There we go. Loot the chest. What did we get? Biting Gauntlet. The Biting Gauntlet blueprint. I don't know what it does, but hopefully something cool. And we will otherwise now do some very, very fun things. So, we are going to not do Ice Blast. We're going to move with Ice Blast. We're going to go around, and we're going to go to the other side. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take some damage. That's okay. I don't care about that. That does not matter in any way. And we are going to be wounding this guy. This fellow cannot heal himself as far as I'm aware. So it should be extremely easy for us. Cold Boulder. Create one in an adjacent featureless hex. Yep. We're going to just put that underneath this guy. And now we can do some damage to him as well. We're going to be applying another poison to him. I don't know whether this is going to do anything, but it's a boss. So I'm going to try and use everything that I can. We're going to be using Cold Boulder again to reduce the damage that we're taking. And yeah, now what? Now what? Eh? Now what? Okay. Let's see. On the next 6 enemy attacks within this targeting you, gain that. That actually sounds really, really good. So we are probably going to be doing that, I think. We'll do that, and then we'll just attack him but that is going to be attacking from melee range, which is not going to be very useful. But yeah, it's going to have to do, because I can't move away. I can't move away from him. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see right there, didn't really help me that much. But that's okay, because we're buffing him. We're buffing him with stuff, and that's all that matters, because he is eventually going to be able to attack with some pretty big, hefty maneuvers. Okay, so we'll go for Javelin Tip of the Spear. I don't think this is really going to do anything, but we can try it. And we are going to do a long rest with the Drifter. Long rest with the Bone Shaper, and then we can do a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage with Mr. Fisto here. What do we want to do, though? We could do Frost Eruption. Fury of the Mountain, Frost Eruption, I guess. Yeah, that's probably going to be the play. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's see. Did he do nothing? Did he do nothing? He apparently didn't do anything. Okay. Well, this is actually perfect for us. So we're going to literally move like this. And then Javelin. Boom. Nice. Good damage. Good damage. That's all I can really ask for, you know? Just solid damage. If we do 0, that's when we have to panic, okay? That is when we have to panic. Any other time? No. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's do some damage here. Oh, ×2. Nice. That's what I like to see. Okay, and prevent damage as well. Then we can also heal ourselves. Oh, actually, I should have... I should have consumed the thing. Whoops. Oh, well. Never mind. Doesn't really matter too much. We're not going to be taking that much damage. Well, actually, we're going to be taking 0 damage against this guy. Just because we have so much damage reduction with Fisto. It's actually crazy how much damage reduction we even have. Okay, long rest. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. This is a done deal, I'm pretty sure. Now we can literally even do combined effort because we have the ability to have an ally right next to us. So I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to do. Banner of Strength actually could be insanely strong though. So you know what? I'm going to be not doing combined effort right now. I am going to just do instead, we'll do Set for the Charge or something like that, and then Banner of Strength. And then we will just literally go to town on this guy. We are going to go to town on him so hard he won't even know what has happened. In other words, we're going to use Vile Assault and burn the card. Usually I never burn Vile Assault because I love the secondary ability it has to move and then heal yourself after the movement. So good. But this time, no, we're going to be going for it. And yeah, we could also do Command the Wretched here if we want to as well, which would probably make sense. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. We'll do Command the Wretched. What's the range on this thing? Just says grant one ally. It doesn't say what the range is. I don't know what the range is, so I can only hope that we're going to be in range. If not, then, well, that just sucks for me, doesn't it? Okay, so, long rest. Okay, that didn't do anything. Interesting. Okay, right, so, yeah, Banner of Strength. Let's summon it. And, well, Set for the Charge, that's not really going to do anything. It doesn't do much at all because we are, you know, in this position. And now look at what we got here. Look at this. I can literally add the Banner of Strength to the skeleton's attack. Look at how much damage he's going to do. 6 damage from a skeleton. And we're also getting the Wraith doing damage too. 3 damage from the Wraith. Amazing. Oh yes, that is what we love to see. Alright, and now we can literally add additional damage to someone else. I am going to add damage to the Drifter here. Look at that. Oh, hello. Look at that, 9 damage. 9 damage. Wow. 9 damage, that's crazy. And then we can just heal our Bone Shaper there. That is it. Look at that. I don't even need to use Vile Assault. That's hilarious. I literally don't even need to use that, but I am going to just because it's fun. So we're just going to do that. Boom. He is so utterly dead. Fantastic. Really, really nice. And, yeah. We can now move. Pick up the loot. I want to get that loot. I want to make sure that we get it. What did we get? Metal? We only got metal from this guy? Are you serious? Okay, well, we already looted the blueprint from the treasure chest, so that's really, really good anyway. And that's the victory. Yes, we were successful in our quest. And look at that. The last thing they saw. Yes, indeed. Look at the amount of experience that some of them are actually getting. Crazy amounts, actually. Really, really nice. And they've actually leveled up now. Very cool.
Ripping the shard from the corpse's eye, you find the thing to be strangely beautiful. It's slim and hollow, more like a piece of coral than a stone. And yet, there is a certain weight to it that seems uncanny for something only the size of a dagger handle. You bring it closer, admiring its crags and hollows. But as you do, you feel its weight grow. It presses down on your hand and then into your mind, sinking into you and pulling. The coral shard speaks to each of you, not with words, but with desires. It wants to move north, far out to sea, away from the cliffs and the frozen safety of Frosthaven, and it wants you to take it there. This must have been what the lurkers were after. A strange goal for savage beasts no more sophisticated than wolves or spiders. Yet as the chunk of coral speaks to you, you know it to be true. They sought this object, and in order to understand why, you'll have to follow the pull of the shard north across the water. But Frosthaven's tiny fishing vessels aren't fit for the journey, and you're not about to swim. This leaves you with a choice. You can either keep your feet on dry land, following the shard along the northern coast, or you can build a proper ship and head out into the ice-choked sea.
Ooh, look at that. Edge of the World quest is now complete, and each hero gains 10 of this. I think that's renown or something, isn't it? I'm actually not sure. But we have now unlocked, potentially, a new quest. Okay, this isn't voiced yet. Frosthaven is bubbling over with excitement. The streets are cleared, the feast prepared, and the citizenry has shown up in their best clothes to meet the great Dallum, the most powerful seer the world has ever known. He arrives right on time, stepping through the gate with a small entourage at his side, to cheering, music, and fanfare. The crowd bunches up around him, and it's some time before you can even get a look at anything more than his bald head. People offer numerous gifts, painted hides, fine woods, and of course, gold. Each is graciously accepted, then spirited away by the great Dallum's handlers into a wagon for transport. When it's finally your turn, he sets a soft hand on your shoulder and looks at you with piercing green eyes. "What's your name, mercenary?" His booming voice carries, and he speaks at a quick clip, as though he's rushing to get through his duties. Before you have a chance to answer, he asks if there's a donation you'd like to make for his blessing of sight. Do you wish to make a donation to the great Dallum? For me personally, I actually don't. I think he's a scammer. I think he's a con artist, a con man. However, because I want to try it out, I'm going to say yes. Something is off here. This description of the great Dallum, even accounting for mistaken observations, isn't even close. This is an imposter. You raise the alarm, and soon others in the crowd take notice. The imposter's handlers start exchanging nervous glances, and it doesn't take long before the crowd turns into a mob, grabbing back the offerings and driving the charlatans out of town. And we gained something. Influence in the town or something like that. What is it? Morale. Yes. We gained some morale. Very nice indeed. So what we can actually do now, very, very coolly, is we can take a look and actually see new cards. These are the cards that we've just gained as a result of reaching level 2. And an individual character can obviously gain additional cards as time goes on. So for example, he now has the ability to attack more often with range. Then he also has Shockwave here on your next 6 melee attacks. One enemy adjacent to your target suffers 2 damage if possible. That is actually kind of crazy. That is a really, really strong card. And then we also have Bannerspear here, who has more situational, positional cards and so on. And I'm actually really, really Excited to see what the Bone Shaper and the... Oh, the Bone Shaper has a new summon. Oh, give me that. Give me that. Thanks very much. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. If you would like to check out Frosthaven, which is now out on Steam, there is a link in the description, and it's currently 10% off. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.